Hey everybody, Daryl and Holly with Exquisite Exotics here. It's been about a year since we built our new reptile area, and we thought we'd give you guys an update. Some things we like, some things we don't like, and then just give you a quick walk around. Some of the rooms look very similar to what they did a year ago when we first set up the room. Other rooms, not so much. So let's go ahead and we'll start with maybe we'd like some dislikes. So I'll start with some of my favorite things. When we built this, I'll try to go ahead and remember to put... Our cat's opened the door upstairs. If you hear a little squeaking in the background, I'll try to remember to put a little link somewhere up here about the original video about a year ago. So if you haven't watched that, go watch that so you can see the differences. If it's not up top, then I'll put it down in the description, one or the other.
There's a lot of differences.
Yeah.
We look different. The rooms look different.
Actually, the rooms look fairly the same.
Anyway, same layout.
Some of my favorite things. So when we first built this, we built in temperature control for all three separate rooms. That has worked out, I'd say, fairly well. It's not quite as precise as I was hoping, but it works pretty well. And we also set up every room to have its lights on a timer. Just for the switch, and that has been fantastic. So we never have to worry about turning lights on and off for day-night cycles. Everything just automatically comes on and turns off. So those things have worked out really, really good. We installed some emergency heat in the one room, which thankfully we haven't had to use. So that's been very, very good that we haven't had to use it. Some dislikes, I wish we had taken the time to put a flooring in before we had moved all the racks in. So we kept it on concrete thinking, it's just a workspace. It'll be easy to clean that way. And it has been easy to clean, but I kind of just wish it would look nicer if it had some kind of, maybe a wood laminate floor or something that can be still cleaned easy, but just would look a little better. But aesthetically.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not, it's obviously durable, reliable, and, practical, but when you come down to the area, you kind of look at it and you just, I agree.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but, hindsight's 2020. Other than that, really don't have anything. There's the area that has a heat pump in it, and I kind of wish we had maybe hid that a little better. It's kind of an eyesore as well. But, aesthetically, not the end of the world. It's functional, very functional. Function-wise, I really haven't had any issues with it. It's almost...
It's funny that you say function-wise, but I feel like we've grown as far as, stuff that we need and stuff that we, have to have, and the area is almost not big enough.
Yeah, I would say we've been talking about how we want to expand over the next couple years, and it's going to get kind of cramped down here at some point. As we look to add more Freedom Breeder racks and stuff into the area, it's going to get tight. So I would agree that maybe it would have been nice to be a little bit bigger than what it is. Anything else?
No, I guess we'll figure it out as we go. I'm normally like a...
All right, so we'll give us a second. I'll be right back, and we'll go take a walk around. All right, so not much has changed as far as racks. We still have the same Freedom Breeder racks. We did pick up two... Tallgrass Reptile FB70 racks, one where we keep our blood python on the left-hand side, and the right-hand side was just some extra space for some adult ball pythons. So not really much change there. This side of the room, not much change as well. We have, we're short, so we have our step stool and some cleaning supplies. You see our lights there. Those are for doing... when we're doing the standstill photography or...
even when we do our videos.
Yeah, for videos or for photography for Morph Market. Some storage, some more storage, cleaning supplies, kind of boring stuff. So not a ton changed here. Holly, you want to go into the other room? Lead the way, Vanna White it.
By the way, this thing has been amazing with keeping temperatures regulated. It's just an accordion door that, kind of... People are like, accordion door, but the temperature difference between this room and the room that we're getting ready to go in is actually huge. And this has helped a lot. So it was not cheap, but it was just a cheap solution to not have to build a door.
Yeah, actually I will agree with Holly. I'm not a big fan of accordion doors, but this thing has actually been pretty nice, and I have become a fan of at least nicer quality accordion doors. It's not cheap. It's a thicker extruded plastic. It's got some thickness. And yeah, the room we're in is 80 degrees, and the room we're going into is 72 degrees. And it's done a really good job, surprisingly. I mean, it goes really all the way to the floor. So it's actually worked really well. So
you can get this just like Home Depot for like $100 or something. Come on in.
So this room is the one that will be, you'll notice the most changes. So this room was kind of empty in our last video, but we keep supplies, and then there's Repti-Chip, there's crickets, there's other supplies for enclosures, 3 incubator fridges. Only one is built. That's that one there with all our notes on. That's our main one, our first one we built. We have a video of building that as well. And then 2 more that we need to build into incubators. Then we made this our shipping room as well. So all of our shipping supplies are stored over here. And then we also use this table to do pictures for Morph Market as well. So this is our picture area, as well as more storage. So you'd be amazed at how much stuff you need to run a small little business like this. Mm-hmm. So this room's changed the most. Definitely, we call it our shipping and incubator room. So you can tell that's the majority of what we do here is that, and then taking pictures for Morph Market. And then moving over to the Gecko room. Not a lot of rack changes in here. We have started... Holly, can you hit that corner light?
Yeah.
We actually breed our own springtails as well as isopods. So that's what you see, the 2 bins on the floor. Rack-wise, I think we've maybe added 1 or 2 racks in here since the video, but not much. The GTP, so in that video we talked about the fact that this was for a surprise. The GTP is over here.
See, check her out today. See how she's doing. We say she. We have no idea who
Sorry if the lighting's not the greatest.
Hi. Good morning.
Wait a second. Try to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, lighting's not so great in this corner here.
But not from right GTP.
There, but... she's getting ready to soon, probably sometime this year, need to be upgraded out of tubs to an actual enclosure. But, not much changed here. The adult Cresties are still on this same rack. I think that was in the other video. Mm-hmm. So... work cart, kind of basic storage, but not much in the way of changes in this room either. We have set up every room with its own humidification system. I don't know if we covered that really well in the other video, but I don't know if you realize it, but Herpstat actually sells humidity probes as well. They don't just control temperature. So, we use a Herpstat to control 2 humidifiers to control the humidity in this room, as well as the snake room. So we'll work our way back over to the snake room, give you kind of one last look. So like I said, this room has definitely been the biggest change in the last year. It was completely empty in the other video, and we definitely have built this into a very functional shipping area and an incubation area that's worked out really well for us.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get set back up, and we'll do our closing thoughts. So that's a basic update on the rooms. Not a lot has changed in 2 of the rooms as far as the layouts. I will say, in the 2 rooms that have the animals, we call them our snake room and the gecko room, even though there's technically a snake in the gecko room. I'd say the biggest change has been the quantity of animals. So if you look at that old video, those racks were mainly empty in both of those, and then in both rooms, and now those racks are fairly full. So the quantity of animals over the year has definitely increased exponentially. So that has been...
Well, what's funny is that they increased very much, and then over the summer they decreased, but there's still more now than there were.
Especially for the geckos, yeah. So, and the snakes, we've got a lot more now too. So it's definitely been a big increase in the quantity of animals in those rooms. Mm-hmm. And then getting that 3rd room, having a dedicated shipping area has been a huge help for us. So having that set up as a shipping area where we can just quickly make boxes on that table, get animals packed away, get them shipped out to their new homes has been a big help for us. And then just finding a nice place to put the incubators too. That room works really well for that. So it's been, it's actually worked out really, really well. So... not too many complaints about our areas. They haven't changed a ton over the year, but they've changed in a very good functional way, and then the more animals is kind of nice. So, and we thought we'd give you guys an update because, I'd like to see how things are growing year over year over year. Maybe there's something we'll try to, if we remember, try to do every year as kind of an update of how things have gone and where things have changed in the previous year. Mm-hmm. Anything else, Holly?
No, I feel like you kind of read my thoughts. I agree that I think that it's not so much the fact that look at it, the before and after, and it's this massive change. I like how everything has evolved. If you And, especially for us that we're here on the day-to-day or the every day, and we see the little changes, like certain things that Daryl's like, this isn't working out. We're going to rearrange what this is, and it's going to be more functional, and it works out. Or if you happen to notice little things, like certain tweaks that we put around or little reminders on what, like our coding on there's certain things mean, if that makes sense. Like we'll have like numbers on things or colored tags and that kind of stuff. It just evolves as you work through it. And I think that this has been a very functional, smooth running place for us.
Yeah, that's a really good point. There's a lot of little systems we've put into place for efficiency. Like you can see right there, there's a tag on that bin, which means something. And right over, Holly leaned the wrong way. Lean back in, like you like
that
me.
Way.
Over here, there's another tag on the bin. Different colors. That one over there is green. This one's yellow. Each one means a different thing. Little systems like that getting put into place really, really help efficiency. And also just our workflow has changed tremendously. We used to, when we first started down here, I would go do the geckos by myself, and Holly would do the snakes pretty much by herself. And not only was that not efficient, because we both have our strengths and weaknesses, which I'll go over here in a second, but also it gets really boring. If you only work with one of the animals for a long, long time, and there's other animals, it wouldn't be boring if we only did geckos, then it'd be fine, and I would enjoy that. But knowing that we do both and only getting to really spend time with and see one of them was getting frustrating over a long period of time, because I wanted to do stuff with snakes. I never got to hold any of the snakes like I was when we first started, when we came down here, and when we first started, the geckos and snakes were all in one room. And now with the split, there for a while I was not doing anything with the snakes, and it was kind of sad. And we've changed that now based on our strengths and weaknesses. So Holly is really good and really fast at cleaning stuff. Me, not so much. I'm a perfectionist, so like I have to have the tub like perfectly spotless, every little tiny little square, micro millimeter cleaned. Like it's got to be perfect.
That makes Holly, it sound like
Holly, on the other hand, is like a 98% clean person, which is better than what I do.
It's more efficient, and I think it's probably, I'm going to air quote, healthier for the animal, because if their scent is completely wiped away, they're probably like, where am I and what's happening? So
they were definitely
I cleaned the grossness out.
Yeah, they were definitely like hospital level clean when I was done with everything, which probably wasn't the greatest thing. Like Holly says, you basically wipe away all their scent. They don't feel like they're in their home anymore. So anyway, so Holly's
How do you train a cat to go use a litter pan? You leave their waste in it for a little bit.
Yeah, so Holly's a much more efficient cleaner. On the other hand, I'm a much more efficient checker. Holly will open like one tub at a time, look in there real well, make sure they shouldn't see anything, and close it. I'm opening 2 tubs at a time, check both, do things, close the tub. I'm much faster at that than she is. So we switched our workflows where we work together now, and I do the checking, and then she comes back behind me, and I mark which ones need cleaned, and she does the cleaning. So not only is it better for us that we both get to see both types of animals now, we're much faster at it working that way too. So I know I'm probably making this video way longer than it needs to be.
No, that's okay. It's it's good information. Maybe you could teach us something. Like you're like, that's probably not a good process. This is what I do, and it works 10 times better. Or you could learn something from us. Either way.
Yeah. And I definitely think for us, part of getting efficient too is I know people who keep stuff on ReptiChip, maybe I don't want to speak for everybody, but maybe aren't checking every snake every day. We keep our stuff on paper. Every animal gets checked every day.
And listen, when we're gone and we, we're not going to be at the facility, and we have to have like somebody come check for us, and we do use ReptiChip. It is amazing. So you guys, obviously, we're not saying that it's not bad.
I know there's definitely
it's amazing, but unfortunately for us, it's not going to work.
There's pros and
for
cons.
Multiple reasons.
We don't really dig into pros and cons. Right? There's pros and cons. Paper, ReptiChip. That's not this video.
I know, but I'm just saying that like we say paper, but ReptiChip's pretty awesome.
But ReptiChip has its cons. Pros and cons, we're not going to go into those in this video. It's not the point.
Whatever.
But anyway, so for us, it's a lot of animals check every single day. So efficiency is important, and changing up processes has, I think, been the biggest change over the year that we've been down here. Is from when we started using this area to what we do now is very, very different when we're down here working, and that's hard to to show in a video. So, anything else?
Nope.
Me neither. So, as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Reminder, if you haven't been watching our videos before, all of our animals go for sale on YouTube first. You get 1 week for them on sale YouTube before they go up to like Morph Market. And if you buy them in the first week when you see them in the YouTube video, you get a 10% discount on everything that you buy. So if you're not subscribed and you're watching this, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you know when there's for sale videos coming out. We have one coming up probably in the next couple of weeks to kind of get the last of the 2019 animals listed. Maybe a holdback. I think we got a holdback crested gecko that we're going to let go. So yeah, unfortunately. Sex-wise, it just didn't. Our sex ratio didn't work out for what we held back, so we got to let some stuff go. So anyway, that'll be in the next couple of weeks. I don't know exactly what next week's video is. We've been throwing down some ideas, maybe about some genetics videos. I've seen lots of genetics videos out there, but I think I probably can't add much to like the basics. But when it comes to Punnett squares and trying to figure out what genes you're going to produce, I think I have a different, unique way to do it that is a little easier for people to understand. So maybe we'll get.
I mean, he helped me.
Yeah.
And I don't have a math brain. I probably shouldn't
science.
say that.
It's science. Definitely don't have a science brain if you don't even know it's a science brain.
I just meant I work in finance outside of here. Probably shouldn't say I don't have a math brain.
Biology is a science, not math. Anyway,
I don't have that either.
Yes, the fact that you didn't know what it was clearly describes that. So
you thrived in that. I thrived in English.
Yeah, she's really good with the English. I'm not so great with that, but
you can't tell in these videos either.
Yeah, math and science. Anyway, we are going way off topic. This video's dragging. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
Bye.